If you're getting knee pain when you're walking up and down stairs, then my guess would be that sitting at your desk or in a chair with your knee bent for any length of time gives you a nagging toothache pain. And the very first thing that you'll want to do to make it feel better is to straighten that leg out. Now, if that's you, this video is for you, because I'm going to give you 3 exercises that will genuinely change how your knee feels. But here's the thing, and this is what most people get wrong. These exercises aren't what you'd expect, because we're not doing your traditional quad exercises or hamstring exercises. We're going somewhere else entirely, and I'll explain why in just a second. Now, these exercises are going to be brilliant whether you've got knee arthritis, you've had a joint replacement, you've got some degenerative change within the knee, maybe runner's knee, or you've just got non-specific knee pain that you can't quite put your finger on. Stick with me, because once you understand the why, the how becomes really, really obvious. Here's something I tell every patient that walks through my door with knee pain. It's that the knee has got 2 angry neighbours, one above and one below. The neighbour above is the hip, and the neighbour below is the foot and ankle. And very, very often when somebody's getting knee pain, the knee isn't the problem at all. The knee is the symptom, and the actual driver of the pain is coming from one of those 2 neighbours. And most of the time it's coming from above the hip joint. So what does that actually mean in practical terms? Well, when the muscles around the hip get weak, particularly your glutes, so the glute max and the glute med, your hip starts to behave badly when you load it. Every time you take a step, every time you stand up, every time you walk up a stairs, that hip wants to roll inwards. It wants to fall into what we call adduction and internal rotation, which is where the thigh bone drops in towards midline and it rotates inwards. Now picture your knee in the middle of all that. You've got your femur, your thigh bone, rotating one way, and the tibia, which is your shin bone, is anchored still through the foot. And what's happening is you start to put this rotatory twisting stress through the knee joint every single step that you take. Very often what happens is that the kneecap, which sits in a groove, it doesn't track properly. So the joint surfaces grind and they start to move in ways that they're not particularly designed to do. Now, after weeks and months and years of it, it eventually causes pain. Some people will get arthritic flare-ups, others just get tracking issues, but eventually it will lead to swelling and inflammation within the joint. And that's why we must address the hip with knee pain. We strengthen the glutes to stop the hip falling into that bad position, and by keeping the hip stacked properly, the knee can now track properly and the pain will begin to settle quite quickly. It's often as simple as that. So exercise number 1 is a hip hitch. This is a small exercise which has a big effect. It will target a small muscle on the outside of the hip called the glute med, and the glute med's role is to keep the pelvis stable. If the glute med's weak, the pelvis will drop, and if the pelvis drops, it then throws the knee out of alignment. So we're going to start with this first to get it activated, and to do it, you just need a step. So bottom step of your house will be absolutely fine. I'm just going to do it on a couple of weight plates today. This is what it will look like. You're going to stand on the step, and then the opposite leg is just going to hang off the side. Now, the leg that's working is the leg that's on the step, and you want to keep this knee locked out at all times. And what we're going to do then is we're going to just drop this non-working leg down towards the floor, and what you'll see is the pelvis starts to dip. And then from there, we're going to use this muscle here on the outside of the hip to contract, to lift the leg back up. So there's one. So again, we're just going to relax and let this leg fall down towards the floor. Hip's going to go out, pelvis is going to drop. And then again, we're going to tighten up on this working side and pull this leg back up. There's 2. There's 3. 4. We'll do one more. 5. Now, what we don't want is we don't want that working knee bending. So that will put the load somewhere else. We want to keep that working leg, we want to keep the knee on that working side fully locked out, and we want to be going for high volume. So 20 to 25 reps every single day, and we want to be doing 3 to 4 sets. The glute med responds well to high volume. So exercise number 2 is a single leg stand with hip abduction. And I'm going to be honest, this is one of my favorite exercises because it works everything. It works your balance, it works every single muscle in the lower limb, and it's also working both sides simultaneously. So the stance leg will be working what we call isometrically, and the opposite side will be working concentrically to perform the movement. To do this exercise, you just need a loop band. You can get them on Amazon. They're about £5 for a pack. Take the band, and then we're going to put it around our legs. So we're going to step into the band. We want the band around the knees. We're going to do the left leg as the stance leg. So we're going to stand on one leg, and then we're going to bend the non-stance leg to about 90 degrees. And then from there, holding this position, we're going to abduct. So we're going to push away and hold and back in. Now, what we don't want is we don't want that knee coming up to the front because we're not working the hip flexor. We want to keep this knee in line with the stance knee. So it doesn't want to come in front. It wants to be perfectly in line. And then when you push out to the side, we're keeping that knee in line with the stance knee. That way you'll hit the right muscle. If you're coming out to the front, you're going to use the hip flexor. We don't want that. We want to be using the glute med. Again, we want high volume. So sets of like 20 to 25, 3 to 4 sets every single day. Start body weight, and if it gets easy, introduce the bands. As it gets easy with the bands, just work through different resistances. If it gets really, really easy with the bands, you can then start to do it on an unstable surface just to challenge your balance a little bit more. So the next exercise is single leg hip abduction, and we do it in side lying. So if you're at home, just do it on the floor, roll a towel out or roll a mat out. But there are a few cues that you've got to get right to make sure you're hitting the right muscle, not the wrong muscle. How we do it is we just lay on our side. So I'm going to work my right side. So I'm going to lay it on my left hip. We want to be perfectly straight. We don't want to be up like this. We want to be perfectly straight. And when you do your hip abduction, we don't want that leg in front of us, because if we're doing it that way, we're going to use the hip flexor. If anything, we want it a little bit behind us and do it from there. So the easiest way to do it is the bottom leg, bend the knee, this one straight. That's going to give you a bit more range. And I want you to think about where that leg is in terms of midline, not in front. We want it at least midline, preferably a little bit behind. And then we're going to just rotate the foot slightly, and we're just going to work there. Now, another mistake that people make is they roll back. So if anything, you want to roll forward, and then you're going to get even more of a contraction on the glute. So your cues are perfectly straight, bottom knee bent to give you a bit more range. Don't roll back, roll forward. And when you're doing your hip abduction, make sure that this leg is at least in midline, preferably a little bit behind with the foot slightly turned out. And then we're going to go slowly down and back up. Now I can feel there that that is straight on my glute. If I come here, I can feel it on my hip flexor. There, my glute is warm already, it's firing already. So we want high volume again, 20 to 25 reps, nice and controlled, nice and slow. We want to be doing 3 to 4 sets. And again, we want to be doing every day if possible, minimum 5 days a week. So there's your 3 exercises. The next question is, how do you put it all together? So my recommendation is to do all 3 exercises 5 days a week minimum. You could even get away with doing it every day. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but they'll take you about 10 minutes once you get into the rhythm of it. And the glute med particularly responds really, really well to high frequency, lowish load. So daily work is exactly what we're looking for. Now, give it about 4 to 5 weeks before you start making any real judgment on it. Most people I see start to notice a difference within about 2 to 3 weeks. But to really change your knee day to day, you need to give it that 6-week window. So be patient with it, do the work, and just trust the process. There's my 3 exercises. None of them are quad work, none of them are hamstring work. All of them are hip work, and all of them will help your knee, whether you've got arthritis, you've had surgery, runner's knee, or anything in between. If you've got any questions, do drop them in the comments below, because I do read every single one of them. And if this was helpful, please hit subscribe. I put videos like this out every single week, and there's loads more on the channel that will help you. See you on the next video.